Welcome back to another mind-blowing facts video by Omnicessary, Part 2. Do you know how lazy people invented the webcam? Which is more efficient, you or a car? Welcome back to another mind-blowing facts video by Omnicessary, Part 2. Do you know why pirates often wear eye patches? This is one of many prejudices about pirates. Besides, wealthy pirates often like to bury their treasure and let others find it. Pirates often possess a hook-shaped arm and often raise parrots. So why do pirates often wear eye patches? Is it because piracy has the highest rate of blindness in the world? Or do pirate gangs prioritize recruiting blind people? Or is it simply a fashion statement that makes the name of the pirate world like gangsters often have tattoos? Unfortunately, the answer is not in the pile of hypotheses above. Perhaps you have heard and believed the hypothesis that a pirate's eye patch is not actually to cover the blind eyes, but to hack vision in the dark. Basically, in a raid or a battle for territory with other pirate gangs, pirates have to fight both above and below the ship. The human eye has two types of sensory cells, cone cells and rod cells. Cone cells help you see detail and color in bright light conditions. Meanwhile, rod cells are sensitive to dim light and help you see clearly at night. The problem is, after exposing to bright light, rod cells are shocked and need time to activate night vision. That's why when you go outside in the sun and then enter a dark room, you'll find it dark at first, but after a while it won't be so dark. But in a battle, especially a battle against those outlaws, you can't ask your opponent to pause the game and wait for your eyes to adjust. That's not possible. So pirates often wear eye patches. This way, pirates have one eye adjusted to the sunlight above the ship's deck. At the same time, the other eye is covered, always ready to see in the dark. When raiding or fighting in the darkness under the ship's deck, pirates only need to remove the eye patch to see clearly. Conversely, at night, pirates often sit under the ship's deck where there are candles. Wearing an eye patch at this time helps one eye be ready to fight in the darkness above the ship's deck. This hypothesis was confirmed by the Mythbusters program in 2007. One of the experts, Carrie Byron, covered one eye and exposed the other to bright light. Then each eye was tested for night vision. The results were extremely impressive. The covered eye immediately saw details in the dark. Meanwhile, rod-shaped cells in the eye exposed to bright light took up to 25 minutes to adjust. Completely convincing, right? The covering eye to see clearly in the dark is totally a logical deduction. However, it doesn't mean pirates did that. This is us trying to explain what we see in movies, not proving it happened in history. Pirate historian Rebecca Simon says there is no woodcut or any book during the golden age of piracy from the 17th to the 18th century saying that pirates wore eye patches. That means the pirate eye patch seems to be more of a fictional product than a historical fact. According to Rebecca Simon, the image of a pirate wearing an eye patch, along with most other legends, originated from the novel Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, first published in a children's magazine from 1881 to 1882. The main antagonist in this story is Long John Silver, a prototype of many famous pirates in today's popular culture, including Captain Jack Sparrow. A typical pirate in everyone's mind is one-legged, has two guns, wearing a tricorn hat, and possesses a parrot. Does that sound familiar? Hopefully it blew your mind, or at least gave you some useful information. The high-performance machine. The human body is often likened to a biological machine. So how efficient are mine and your machine? The answer is unbelievably high if compared to a gasoline-powered car. Don't believe it, right? According to a formula for calculating calories burned when cycling, a person weighing 70 kilograms, cycling at a speed of 20 kilometers, will burn about 588 calories after 1 hour. It's equivalent to a Big Mac evaporating, meaning you burn about 29.4 calories to cycle 1 kilometer. A standard gasoline car with an average fuel consumption of about 7 liters per 100 kilometers on mixed roads will consume about 10 liters on idle roads. For simplicity, let's consider a gasoline car consuming 10 liters per 100 kilometers to maintain a speed of 20 kilometers per hour, similar to a bicycle. At this rate, the vehicle will consume 0.1 liters of gasoline for every kilometer traveled. In terms of energy, 1 liter of gasoline contains about 33.5 kilojoules, equivalent to about 8,000 calories. So a gasoline car burns 800 calories to travel 1 kilometer, 27 times more than our muscle machines. Even if you consider weight proportionally, with a car weighing a ton being 14 times heavier than a person weighing 70 kilograms, it still consumes double the fuel. With a 50-liter fuel tank, the car can travel about 1,000 kilometers at optimal speed and ideal road conditions. although humans can't drink gasoline instead of eating burgers. If you convert 50 liters of gasoline into calories and feed it to one person, they can cycle 13,600 kilometers, which is 1/3 of the Earth's circumference, just for you to imagine. Humanism design. Some types of ballpoint pens, including the cheap ones you might be writing with, have an extra hole at the top of the cap. Those who directly use these pens believe that the manufacturers deliberately punctured the hole to make the ink at the pen's tip dry faster, forcing you to buy a new pen sooner. However, the truth may make you think. The hole in the cap of the crystal pen is a feature that appeared in 1991. It was created to allow airflow to prevent choking, in case young students accidentally inhale or swallow the pen cap. Yes, it also causes the pen tip to dry quickly and sometimes clog the ink. However, after knowing the subtle and humane use of this feature, do you still feel uncomfortable? The intelligence of the lazy. It's said that lazy people are often smart and have their way of completing tasks. Often the path will be created by hardworking people because lazy people take taxis everywhere. If you're also lazy and need a cool story to justify your laziness, Omnicessary can help. The webcam is a type of digital camera connected to a computer, used to transmit live images it captures to a website or another computer via the internet. The webcam can be part of a laptop or attached to a desktop computer. We use webcams for FaceTime, Skype, and chatting with friends all over the world. However, only a few know that the webcam is an invention of lazy people, and its original purpose is quite ridiculous. So in 1991, researchers at the Computer Science Department at Cambridge University often had to get up from their seats to check their coffee pot, located in another room, to see if it was full. They hated that when they had to lift their butt to check every time, just to find out the coffee hasn't dripped. In laziness lies invention. Scientists set up a system that could transmit images at a speed of up to 3 images per minute from the room containing the coffee pot to their internal computer network. By the end of 1993, images of the room where the researchers' coffee pot was located had become the first live stream on the web. And just a year later, the first commercial webcams were sold. At this point, if anyone complains about my laziness, it's like incubating a great invention, brothers and sisters. Have your minds been blown yet? Feel free to leave comments below. As always, remember to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to be regularly supplemented with knowledge vitamins. If you have any interesting questions, don't forget to leave them in the comment section. And now, goodbye, and see you again.